All right, so here are the instructions for our cell website project. You're going to open up your life science folder that you created, right click, a little drop down menu pops up, and you're going to look for, scroll a little bit, you're going to look for a program called Google Sites. So go ahead and create a new Google site. It's going to take you to a new window that will allow you to actually create a website here. So you can use templates if you want. Like if you see something that looks like it would be super helpful for your project, you can click a template. I'm going to start with a blank project. Okay, so I'm going to stick with a blank project for today. So first thing you need to do is you need to name your site. I'm just going to title this Mr. Aldridge's Cell Project website. Okay, it's a pretty long website name. But we're just going to roll with it. So cell project for the name of my title. Okay. You can actually change images. You'll see some drop-down menus pop open pretty much anywhere you're working at. So if I want to add a different image, I can upload an image from my computer, or I can search through Google. So if I wanted a cell as my background, which would make sense, right? It makes sense if I had a cell as my background. I don't want to search from Google Drive. There we go. For my cell website, it would look pretty snazzy. So go ahead and select that, insert it, cell project. Okay, the blank space that shows up down here, you're going to be given options to add images and text. I would suggest you have images and text for every organelle that you need to have in your project. So I'm going to click on one of these that has the most. I don't need any descriptions underneath on my main page. I'm going to go with this one so I can add a picture along with just some text, and it'll make sense here in a second. So I don't have any other web pages other than my front page. So over here, you'll look and you'll see a button that just says pages. Click it. And I want to create a new web page for each of the organelles that I'm going to be describing in my project. So I'm going to start with the cell wall. I click the create button, cell wall, hit enter, and now I have a new web page titled cell wall. I want to go back to my home page. I click home. Okay, so now I can work with my very first box. I want a link for the cell wall page. Okay. Actually, I don't even need to type anything in. I can just click on the link button, click cell wall, that pops up, apply, and check it out. Now, whenever I click on this, when I'm in my website, it's going to take me to the cell wall portion of my website. Okay, so we'll come back to that here in a bit. I want to add an image. So I'm going to, again, select an image. I don't have any to upload. I'm going to do a Google image search and cell wall. Okay, so I see thunderstorms, I see shapes. None of those really do a good job of showing what a cell wall looks like. This one does the closest, so I'm going to insert it. Now I have an example of a cell wall right above the link titled cell wall. Okay. When I go back to my cell wall page, this is where you're going to be adding all of the information you need to describe the organelle. So what does the cell wall do for a cell? So I can add more images if I want, or I can add just some plain text. I can add all of this. I can add slides presentation. I can add forms. I can add so many different things to my website. If you wanted to add a YouTube video, if I were to search YouTube and see what happens. Okay, if I were to search and find a good instructional video on a cell wall, I could add that. This is 16 minutes long. This would be a little much for your website, but if you're able to find a good video that you'd like to add, like this one is 4 minutes long, I can insert that video. So now people visiting my website can watch a video on the cell wall. Okay, you still need to add your own text. So just because you have a video there doesn't mean that you have everything accounted for. So I'm going to click on a text box and it's going to let me type in. So part of the rubric asks that I state the organelle name. I need to tell what the organelle does to help the cell function. and what type of cell it's found in. So the cell wall provides structure protection for plant cells. Okay, probably don't need to capitalize that, but I want to emphasize that it's only found in plant cells. Okay. So just a quick review. If you're watching this video for instructions on how to use different features, that's the basics. You can feel free to add as many different things as you'd like. If you want to get real fancy, I'll show you something kind of fun that I like to do. You can actually add a button. So instead of having just a text here, I can add a button. And I can title it Cell Wall. And then the link pops up again. Okay? Instead of having text there, I can actually drag and drop my cell wall button. And when things move around, you just have to kind of adjust. So I want to actually move this back to where it was. Okay. Let's delete this section right there. And then I can move my button up so that it's right underneath. And so instead of having text, I actually have a button, which makes it look a little more professional. And by you see, I'm dragging and dropping things. You can actually adjust the shape. You can adjust the size of all your different things. Once you run out of spaces here, double click on the empty space in the website and you can add a new column, you can add a new row. You can add as many of these as you'd like to make sure that you are meeting the requirements. Okay, so if you have questions, I want you to rewatch this video. If you're running into issues, that's when you need to send Mr. Aldridge a website, or oh my gosh, it's when you need to send Mr. Aldridge an email. Otherwise, this project will be 3 days long. You'll have a week to submit it until you need to publish, and Mr. Aldridge will be checking in on your progress. So again, if you have questions, make sure you're asking. Otherwise, good luck.